Hey man, what it is? This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go the Cash App, $ Deem by any means. Show your boys some love, and everybody who do, you know I appreciate it. There go the PayPal at Deem by any means. Y'all see that little heart with the $ at the bottom? You can press that at any time your heart desire. It'll be much appreciated. Say it with me. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000. It is much, much, much appreciated, y'all. Hey, Eddie Hearn, let me talk to you, my guy. Eddie Hearn, let me talk to you, my guy. They say you out here playing, man. I don't know how true or how not true it is. Rachel Donaire was over there on Greg Hackett channel. Go shout out to my man Greg Hackett. Go like, share, and subscribe. And she was giving some insight as far as to, basically Eddie Hearn kind of knew that that fight wasn't going to happen with Brian Norman Jr. and all of this, that, and the third. And Brian Norman Sr. kind of knew the same thing. I'm not here to say whether that stuff is true or not. What I am here to say is you got a third fight with Boots is coming up. We don't want to hear no excuses. You got to make something happen, my guy. It's really that simple. See, I don't want to get into all the logistics. I don't care. Because the part that I do know is that Jaronennis signed a 3-fight deal with Matchroom. He's done 2 of those fights already, and they haven't been big fights. Actually, people have backed out, and he had to fight somebody he didn't even want to fight twice. He didn't want the rematch with Karen, and he didn't want to fight David Avanesian either, but he had to. And then Cody Crowley backed out of this fight. So my thing is, Shakur Stevenson got Joe Cordina that a lot of people aren't too high on. Yes, we're gonna watch it, cool, the whole 9, but we feel as though you're going down that route when it comes to Shakur Stevenson as well. And I don't want to hear anything about Williams Zepeda because that fight was mandated, and that was a fight Shakur Stevenson had on the table prior to even signing with Eddie Hearn. Their words, not mine, because they said that Shakur Stevenson wanted Eddie Hearn in the negotiating room with him even prior to it being official that he signed with Matchroom. That's a fact as well. So my thing is, Eddie, you got 2 people that we talk about a lot on this YouTube, man, and they Black American fighters, and you're starting to go down that path of us telling everybody that you don't do a good job at promoting Black American fighters and getting them the fights that they want. Well, with Jaronennis, you're 0-2. With Shakur Stevenson, you're 0-1, and Shakur only signed a 2-fight deal, I believe. So, my guy, all the pressure is in your court to make something happen. They signed with you to get big fights. Now, you giving them the bag. Both of them are making probably more money than they ever did rocking with you, which is, I mean, you have to have somewhat of an incentive because at the end of the day, if you ain't getting me the fights that I want and the money I want, then what's the point of me dealing with you? So I know you had to at least be doing that part. But that's all good because I think that they will be getting big paydays fighting the guys that they actually wanted to fight anyway. So, Eddie, if you is out here doing bad business practices as far as when it comes to getting these guys their fights that they want, I'm here to tell you you're about to get exposed in the next, you got the whole 2025. You got 12 months to make it happen, my guy. I'm just saying. You got 12 months to make it happen. And the ball's in your court. Because then people like me be absolutely justified in how much we was telling Devin not to mess with you. We was telling Boots not to mess with you. We was telling Shakur not to mess with you. And I hope everybody truly get to see why I've been saying the things that I've been saying for this whole time when it comes to those 3 fighters going over there and dealing with Matchroom. Because I just don't see him. Like I said, I got a saying when it comes to Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is very good at sounding smart, not actually being smart. I'm going to say that again. He's very good at sounding smart, not actually being smart. Because if he was, he would understand that these guys is an investment and that it should be, look, if you come deal with Matchroom, you're going to get the fights you want. That's a better incentive than just money, because if they're getting the fights that they want, they're going to make big money doing that regardless of what promotional company they're with. If you fight Gervonta Davis, you're probably going to get a nice bag to do it. If you a guy at 147 or 154, if you fight Jaronennis, you're probably going to get a big bag to do it. It's probably be your biggest fight. Jaronennis is literally everybody's biggest fight at 154. He's literally everybody's biggest fight besides Bud Crawford. Mix matching with that, or Spence. We don't know if he's retiring or not. Jaronennis is probably your biggest fight, hands down, at the 147, 154 division. Same goes for Shakur Stevenson. If you him and Devin could be a big fight, but him and Shakur would be just as big of a fight. If you you got Gervonta Davis. If you're Gervonta Davis, you got Shakur Stevenson being your biggest fight at that division by far right now. Even if you want to throw Loma or Keyshawn Davis in there, Shakur Stevenson is definitely the man on the mountaintop when it comes to that. So you got two fighters in two of the hottest and four of the hottest divisions, 135, 140, 147, 154. And you ain't making it happen with those two guys. If you ask me, Eddie Hearn got a nice start. You got AJ, you got Boots, you got and you got Shakur Stevenson. I'm just saying, it sounds like you got some pretty good fights. You got Bam Bam with you. I'm just saying, my guy, you got four guys, you got three guys that's on the pound for pound list. Eddie might be the only guy that got, no, they all probably do, but what I'm saying is Eddie is definitely in a race with Matchroom. You got three guys that's on the pound for pound list. Talk to me. You got to make fights happen for those three young men. You got three of the top 10 guys on the pound for pound list, Eddie. You might be the only one that be able to say that. I haven't looked through the whole list all the way. One thing I know is Jaronennis, Jesse Bam Bam Rodriguez, and Shakur Stevenson is on it, though. You got to make stuff happen, bro. You 0-2. Yeah, we appreciate you in Philly. Bringing Jaronennis back to Philly. First time since 2015. All of that is good. Giving them the bag. All of that is good, Eddie. We wanted a big fight in Wells Fargo, though. Because guess who that benefits, Eddie? That benefits Jaronennis, and that benefits you, Eddie, because that means the money is going in your pocket. And then now you got more eyeballs on your promotional company because you can say, look what I did for Boots. I got him 2 big fights out of the 3. I put him in the Wells Fargo. He back home, and he was making the most money he ever made dealing with me. That's 3 great marketing strategies for your promotional company. I'm just saying, my guy. Look, y'all, I got Shakur, Joe Cordina, but I also got him Williams Zepeda and Gervonta Davis. That is 3 great fights that you can hang your hat on, that this is what's going to happen if you deal with me. So I ain't going to sit up here and say that you're done, bun. I ain't going to sit up here and say that you're not going to do that. But you already 0-2 with Jaron, and you 0-1 when it comes to Shakur Stevenson. Is we going to watch those fights? Yes, we did watch those fights, obviously. Of course, we're going to watch Shakur Stevenson fight. We have to. I make content, and boxing fans, we love Shakur. So no matter he could fight the trash man, we probably was going to sit up there and watch it. You don't get no credit for that, though. Joe Cordina is not the fight. We didn't even think about Joe Cordina. And we can't even say that was Shakur 4th, 5th, 6th options. The same thing we can sit up there and say about Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach. And even if we can say that about Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach is considered a way better fighter and on a hell to a higher pedestal than Joe Cordina. Gervonta couldn't get away with fighting Joe Cordina. At least him and Lamont Roach got through customs. That fight didn't even get through customs. So, man, I really, like I said, stuff that Rachel Donaire was sitting up there saying, stuff that we already know is why I didn't want these 3 guys to go to Matchroom to begin with. Eddie ain't looking the best. Your fighter's been losing. Let's not leave that out. Your fighter's been losing on a lot of these cards. My guy, when you do the double headers and the 5v5s and all of that nonsense, I ain't gonna call it nonsense, but you know what I mean. It's like a marketing tool they're trying to use there. This promotional company versus that. Y'all, it's like a gimmick in a way, but in a good way, though. So, but my guy, like, you've been out here, your fighter's been losing. So, like I said, bro, you ain't been having a lot of good things happen as far as your promotional company is concerned. and you got 3 guys on a top 10 pound for pound list. Oh, the pressure is definitely on you to make something happen with these 3 young men. I'm sorry, Eddie. I ain't gonna never. Like I said, shout out to Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, we gonna always keep the main thing the main thing, and it is your responsibility more than others, even more than the fighters, my guy. Y'all already know what this is, though, right? Deem by any means, and I holla at y'all.